I just painted this. I'm gonna start installing the front mount. I'm gonna figure out how to put this on. Give me a second. Alright, so he's got the clamp for this one, and then this clamp for the top part. So let me go ahead and put this together like I just mentioned, and I'll get back. Alright guys, so this is what I got so far for the top. So I got that long pipe, right? And I got it connected by this coupler, and using this about I say a 45-degree pipe, right, to a 90-degree coupler, which is gonna be going through the washer reservoir. So this is gonna be removed, but so far this is where I got. Probably do this tomorrow and finish it up tomorrow. And yeah, if you're wondering, I did this paint for this. Alright guys, so I'm back. It is now morning. And I don't know if I showed this last night, but I'm going to show it again. This is what I got so far. I got that long pipe, and then this pipe, and then a 90-degree, which sits perfectly. Just gotta remove the bumper so I can get to this and switch some things around and figure out what I gotta do to put the front mount on. And then this is the spark plug cover that I painted as well. So what you want to do is just go ahead and lift the car up. You have 1, 2, 2, 3. Take these off. Just get a Phillips head and pop them out. If you have, you know, the inner liner. Then when you open this up, I'm not sure you can see it, but okay, so you see that bolt right there? You gotta take it off. And I believe that's gonna be a 8 mil. Go ahead and take that off and do the other side as well. Okay, now you remove these two right here, and 2 right here. So go ahead. Alright, so underneath the car, I'm gonna remove these bolts right here. There's 3 right there. This one right here. Same on the other side. You know, on that one right there, and then those 3 other bolts, which connect to the inner liner of the car. So if you pull the bumper off, you're gonna end up pulling the liner, and it won't let you, you know, take it off. So let me go ahead and take these off. Okay. As soon as you remove those bolts on the bottom, unplug your fog light and then your side marker. So I just took out the bulb from the side marker, but this one I unplugged it. This one's unplugged. Do the same on the other side, and I believe there's one more connector on the other side. That's an extra that you remove. Let me double check. Alright, so I found the other wire. So that's actually the side marker plug, and this is the other one I was talking about. So I'll take that one off, and you should be able to take off the bumper. Alright, so once you do all that, just pull it up slightly. There's clips here, just like any other car, really. But pull that. Same for the other side. I gotta be like very careful because this paint is too nice. Give me a second. Alright, so I got the CPE relocation license plate, so I'm gonna have to take that off. So give me a minute. So the bumper's off. This thing is pretty full. So you know I barely use it. But this bolt, and that bolt right there has to come off, so you could take this off. And then just make sure that you don't have any anything plugged in, because this thing has a little bracket right there, but mine slid off, so I'm good to go. Just gotta take the other one off, and pretty much that's it for this part. Okay, so I forgot to mention that you're gonna have this wire hooked onto a little hook. This is gonna be connected, and then you're gonna have this sensor plug as well connected to the reservoir. So just remember that. I'm gonna take this off, and I'm gonna figure out exactly how I'm gonna mount it, which is the horns both ways. Okay guys, so far it's looking pretty good. There's no trimming that's needed right here. I don't know if you can see that in there. I can't see the screen that good. When it comes down here, you got that. I went ahead and just unbolted this for now, and now I'm going to figure out exactly how I'm going to put it on. So I'll figure that out in a bit. So let me try to do the throttle body now, because this one's going to be the one that I need to trim, because there is no room in here whatsoever. As you can see, it's gonna be coming right here. So what I'm gonna probably do is just cut a square, just like that, and see how it comes out. I'm gonna use a marker real quick and mark it. So I'm gonna probably trim that. Sure if you could see it or not, but made a line. So that's gonna be trimmed, and I'm gonna use my handy dandy rotary tool. So wish me luck, guys. Let me see if this thing works. Alright guys, there you go. Now you could always like sand this down and make it smooth if you have painted piping, you know. As you can see, it's a perfect cut. It looks pretty good. So let me test out the pipe. Here's an update. So I ended up trimming this a little bit more, up to here. The clamp, it's a very tight fit, so the clamp is gonna be very tight, and I ended up cutting. Give me a second, let me show you. So on that clamp that's on there, I pre-tightened it all the way, and then I had the coupler. So this coupler, I made it so that it's angled at a certain way, so it's a perfect fit. So it'll fit on there right now. And so what I ended up doing with that clamp on the bottom is that when you tighten it, it's gonna go all the way through, and then the rest of the stud's gonna come out. I ended up cutting it with my grinder to create a bit of more, to give it more ease way, or have an easy way through, and it worked pretty good. So there you go. And if you wanted to know, that coupler it's not provided in the box. I ended up buying this, which is a 45 degree 2.5 inch coupler, and it's perfect. So let me go ahead and finish up the rest. I was short clamps, so I had to use some clamps that I had left over for my piping kit for the 3. So here's that. There's this side. So I have a short one here. I have one of these 45s right here. This is a short 45. So FYI, I don't remember if this came in the kit or not, but this is a short 45. And then I have one small short straight, goes way up, 90 through the reservoir, or where the reservoir used to be. All of this down there, throttle body down in there. Then I have that coupler, which I bought separately, coming around here, and I ended up trimming this and up over here. Now I'm still trying to figure out how I'm going to mount this thing, but it's pretty much there. And this thing has a lot of surface rust. Anyways, yeah, so let me try to mount this thing, and I'll get back to you guys. What I'm thinking right now is I'm using those brackets that come with the kit, twisting them in, and then just tapping in something to hold it in place for now until I get back to finishing it. Alright, so this is the final result. You got that pipe right there going down this way. Just keep in mind that this pipe, you might want to turn it this way, because it might seem like it's not going to fit on this side, but it is. That's actually one issue that I had. I had the pipe a little too out this way, so it wasn't looking correct, and I was trying to figure it out, and it turns out that I forgot to turn it that way so that this pipe could connect to this side. As far as the horns go, I just zip tied them, but yeah, all the wires, I just have them here. They're not really connected to anything. So there's that. So on the top side here, I have this pipe right that goes down here, and I actually believe that I ended up using the stock coupler that came with the kit. I might be incorrect, I don't remember, but this is just an update. So either it's the stock one that came with the kit or the one that I ordered, but this is the only issue area that I had. And then if you go down underneath, you can see how if you don't cut that part of the radiator support, or the just the radiator shroud right there, this isn't going to go through. So you can see it's a clean cut. I did a pretty good job on that. And then on this side, I actually ordered a straight coupler. Like it was like a, I think a 6 or a 12 inch straight coupler, a 2.5 inch, and I just used that for this side because I think my kit actually was short a few or 2 couplers, I believe, or 1 coupler, I don't remember. But yeah, that's how I routed it. And then as you can tell, I use the stock crash bar. Now I do have another one already. I'm just gonna, if I ever decide to put the stock crash bar back on, I could just put the new one on. And the way I did this install is I used the I cut the brackets that came with the kit, and as you can tell, I cut halfway up all the way across, and I have it slanted so that air goes through it a little bit more efficiently. And I used a mandrel rivet gun. See if you can see it. You can't really see it, but I used a mandrel rivet gun in the bracket. I cut out a square hole. I did a decent long enough square hole so that I can move it up sideways and adjust it. So you can see that. So that square hole, I did it that way on the bracket, and I cut the little hole out in a rectangular shape so that I could move this side to side freely. And then I used typically you drill a hole into the surface or area, and then there's this mandrel rivet that goes in there, and you pop it in, and then you use a gun to press it onto the metal, and it has its own threads, just like threads on this, but it's like like a yellow one. I'll put like a little picture right here so you can see what I'm talking about. But yeah, that's pretty much it. If you guys have any questions, let me know. It was actually a pretty easy install. I was just trying to figure out how to make this thing mounted. So I ended up using the stock crash bar. Keep in mind too is that if you do decide to remove this crash bar, that the alignment on the fenders, because you're taking off the crash bar and this is attached to the radiator support, it might shift it, so you might have to readjust it, as well as play with it. So I am going to be taking this off and repainting it, just so I could have a nice fresh color paint on it. But for the meantime, that's it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. There's more stuff coming to this car. Until next time, peace.